Hello, that's one of the most nutritious breakfasts one could ever have. On today's episode of the Jamaican Cooking Journey, I'll be sharing with you one of the simplest yet most nutritious breakfast idea. But before I go on to that little tutorial, I just want to pause here to say special thanks to the new people coming on to the Jamaican Cooking Journey page. Manners and respect to all my oldies but goodies, and also a special shout out to my patrons. If you would like to be a part of my Patreon family, click on the link in the description and show us some love right on over there. Post notification shout out today, they go right up there. Now, for this little breakfast idea, you're gonna need just 1 tin of sardines, your sardine of choice. Okay, I'm using this one, and by no means the video is sponsored. So 2 eggs, so that's the proportion: 2 eggs, 2 medium eggs to 1 tin of sardines. So I've got my 2 eggs here, and I'm gonna be just like beating them out. Make sure your eggs are fresh, no milk, no nothing. You're just gonna beat your eggs until they're like sort of light and frothy. I'm gonna beat them out, flop them out a little, not much. You see, it's just 2 eggs. Now I'm gonna be using the sardines. My sardine is already washed and dry, so you're gonna be draining the oil, whether it's in oil, water, or whatever. You're gonna be make sure you're draining all the liquid from your sardine. All drained, and we're gonna be removing our sardines fillet from the tin. You can use the same fork. Yeah, these are not bad. Now we are going to mash these sardines. Remember, make sure you have removed all liquid. The only liquid you're going to use is the beaten eggs. Mash your sardines. If you are somebody who want to go in there and pick out your sardine bones, feel free to go ahead. I don't do that, okay? So if you are that part of person, go in, remove your sardine bones, and if you have somewhere bone free, whatever, but you're gonna mash this really fine with no extra juice. Our sardines are mashed over there, and we have our beaten eggs. I'm gonna be flavoring up this with 1 small peg of garlic. You feel free to do what you want to, okay? But I would suggest that maybe some people, they like powdered seasonings. I'm not gonna use any in this, but if you want to use it in a few, go ahead. I just want to taste my natural seasonings. We're gonna mince these little green part of our scallions fresh. You don't necessarily want the white, but if you want the white, you can put it in there, because look here, the green, as I always said, it's the most flavorful part. So for 2 eggs, medium eggs, and 1 sardine, I'm gonna be putting this, and when I chop this, I'm gonna be getting like maybe a tablespoon or a little shy of a tablespoon of fresh green scallions, or what you want to call it, green onions, whatever. You just make sure it's fresh and it's finely chopped. For me, I'm using some Scotch bonnet pepper. It's sardines, but you know, some people can't take the heat. So if you can't take the heat, all you have to do is keep this out of your sardine and eggs fritter. But I'm chopping it fine. You don't want any hunk or any chunk of anything in this. We're not going to use any flour. We're not going to use any baking powder. It's just going to be the sardine and the eggs and these little aromatics that I'm putting in there to flavor it up. So you want to get them like really finely chopped. It's going to be just like a smooth thing when you're eating it. I'm using a small piece of onion, but I'll be grating it, okay? You could chop it too, but I'm using it for, a little texture. So you see it's going down in there. Fresh onions and all of that. We just want to get that nice, fresh, herbsy thing with some spice going on. A pinch of salt That's okay. 2 eggs only. No no milk, no nothing. I'm gonna be putting a little chili powder in here. Remember I told you, so if you're doing 4 eggs, you need 2 tins of sardine. And I'm gonna be putting, of course, a little cracked black pepper. This is my seasonings. My little herbs in. And of course, you don't need no degree for no, so look here. The next thing gonna be in is the mashed sardines. Drained. You see how it dry and mashed. You don't want no other liquid go in there to mess with the egg, because the egg is going to, what is going to be binding it together and giving it a little crunch of the edge. So see it? So this is 2 eggs, 1 tin of sardines. That's the proportion. If you're feeding a lot more people, continue with that. For every 2 eggs, you put 1 tin of sardine. This is what it looks like. We're gonna, you see that? Yeah, this is how you want it. Just gonna leave it for a minute to let those little seasonings go through and have their way. I'm using this non-stick little frying pan, and I'm going to be pouring a little olive oil, not too much, just to, like, you know, it's not going to be a deep fried, it's going to be just like shallow fat, all of that. So we're going to let our olive oil heat on the medium right there. You don't have to use olive oil, any oil, peanut oil, whatever your oil of choice, but we're going to let it heat and, you know, come to a reasonable temperature, preferably medium. So we are ready. Our oil is mediumly heated. I'm going to be using my little ice cream scoop. So I'm going to be putting it like this. I'm not going to fold my scoop up because I want to make like more like mini ones. So this is up to you. So you want to turn it right down in there, and you want to make sure it's in the oil. You know, sort of have it like, you don't want it too flat. You want it with a little hump. So as you can just make this little hump as soon as it sets. Yeah, right there. Something like that, okay? You don't want to put any other one close to it for now. As soon as it sets, you just want to go in and start dropping another one. A little way from it, making sure that it doesn't join up on this other one. That's how you want to do it, okay? When you have it like that, you're going to fry it on the medium and all of that. I'll be dropping 1 more. So basically this mixture is going to give us like 3 of this size. Make sure it doesn't go and attach to any of the others. Make sure cooking it on the medium. Okay, you don't want it get, you see the egg, you see what the egg forms around the edges? That's how you want it. Frying it on the medium. When you see me next, I'm going to show you how you come to turn these. They are a little technical to turn, but I'm going to show you that part. So we are at the point that we need to turn. What I want you to do, cooking fam, is to see. These are really delicate, you see? So you're going to need your spatula, one shaping like this with that slope. You're going to hold it short. You're going to get it, slide it right under, and then you're going to use a spoon or something else to aid you, and then you're going to flip right over. I almost lost it there. Okay, so when it turns, this is the look that it will have. Okay, so that's why you don't want it to fry all high and all of them something. Let us go for another one. Okay, try your very best and turn it. Okay, they are a bit tricky. This one needs a little more time. You see that? So now that you have turned it, you can up your flame a little more. So I'll catch you then. Now my sardine and egg fritters is ready. Okay, you can see under there that the other part is, as we don't want to play around with these, but these are firm. It's properly fried. So my presentation is, I've got a little callaloo and I put it to the middle right there. I'm still on the low, you know. Yeah, so you see that nice look, firm and nice. What I'm doing here is just draining, like if there's excess grease. Look at this. This is the presentation that I'm going for. So you go for your presentation the way you want to. So from my kitchen to yours, this is how simple this video is. From my kitchen to yours, from my Jamaican kitchen to your family table, to your palate, and most of all to your stomach. It is sardine and eggs fritters, and look what I've done with it. I have just paired it with some steamed collard Jamaican style. Hello, that's one of the most nutritious breakfasts one could ever have. Thanks for watching.